Hello everybody, it's Milo, and I'm here with a presentation to open your third eye. I just wanted to say that this is my last presentation of college, and I'm very excited that it's something of such relevance and groundbreaking information. The connection between Journey and the archaeological site of Chaco Canyon. So, on this next slide, I thought I should give you some background about what Chaco Canyon is, if you're not familiar with it. And it's this archaeological site in southeastern New Mexico where it's claimed that the Anasazi or Pueblo people built these over 200 great houses, which are depicted in the picture here. The issue here is that there's little to no evidence of constant occupation at the site. So, who built them? Well, I'll I'll let you know in a couple minutes. Um, as a side note, there were many turquoise artifacts recovered from the site, and when they sourced the turquoise to figure out where they were originally mined from, they found that they came from southeastern California, over 300 kilometers away. And, turquoise just doesn't walk on its own, so you be the judge there. Next slide. 1978, the American rock band Journey releases the album Infinity featuring the single Wheel in the Sky. If you haven't heard this song, I put the link there. It's like 3 minutes long. Give it the old college try. And now, folks, let's connect the dots. On this next slide, let's start with the lyrics. Haven't been home in a year or more. Now, isn't that an awful coincidence? Because Chaco Canyon has been found to be built along the solar meridian, which means that some of the great houses line up perfectly with where the sun is on the horizon during the equinox, and some line up perfectly with where the sun is on the horizon during the solstice. Coincidence? Next slide, let's keep going. I've been running down this dusty road. Well, Chaco Canyon, turns out, is known for its extensive road system, and being built in New Mexico, they are presumably very dusty roads. Next slide is the chorus. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Now, I want you to take a close look at these petroglyphs here. What do they look like to you? They're obviously wheels in the sky. Next slide, turquoise. I talked about this earlier, but we're going to drive the point home. Over 200,000 turquoise artifacts recovered from the site. You remember I said they were mined from Southern California, which is also the area where Journey recorded the album Infinity in 1978. Further, take a look at those artifacts there. Mainstream archaeologists will tell you that they're beads, but we're smarter than them, and they're very obviously wheels. Now, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary, let's finish strong on this next slide. What is wheel in the sky? The big question. Well, look at the petroglyph. There's a very obvious connection between the petroglyph and the cockpit. They're very obviously trying to show the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon as they're traveling through light speed, possibly how Journey reached into the past in the first place anyways. But it gets even more insane. On this next slide, the petroglyph on the left is a very obvious representation of the way that Doctor Strange uses portals in the Marvel universe. And if you've seen the movies, you know that he moves his hands in a spiral fashion. Another point on this topic is that Avengers Infinity War was released in 2018, exactly 40 years after the album Infinity was. And, Infinity War, Infinity, I don't think I need to say anything there. Finally, last slide. Journey built Chaco Canyon. Just look at the resemblance between the petroglyph and the globe on the album cover. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. This final slide is my references. And have a good summer.